up, what up, what up, what up? We are back with another segment specifically for our nurses. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit special, a little bit different. The title is If Not You, Then Who? And if you know, then you know. If not you, then who? With your big heart, with your love, with your compassion, with your even just the thought of becoming a nurse, it means something. Again, it's a calling. So if you picked up on that calling, if not you, then who? If you had to imagine someone taking care of you at your old age, or your loved one, your kids, if not you, then who? If you wouldn't want someone like you being their nurse, you know what I mean? Then who? Like, that should hype you up in itself to be like, okay, maybe I do need to get into this thing. So let's get into it. I'm really excited to talk about it. Let's get it. So last time we talked about nursing. What is it? What is it? What's a little bit of the background of what we have to do in the hospital, and are you really ready to answer that call? And I gave you a snippet of what a nurse has to do in the hospital. They all rank differently, but generally it's a lot of assessment, a lot of calm yourself down, don't take it personal, take constructive criticism, put your needs on the back burner for your patient. Don't kill yourself. Don't make yourself a less priority, just your needs at that moment. When you learn how to prioritize in nursing, you're gonna have to do the same thing for yourself when you're taking care of that patient. I've ran out of patients' rooms sometimes because it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'll be right back. Sis, that's okay. Like, that's cool. But nursing as a whole, now you've answered the call. Now we're gonna move into the other side where you heard the call, you heard the divine inspiration, you went with the idea, you think that you're ready. Okay, I'm ready to be a nurse. Let's get into it. Perfect. Every day you have to develop the mindset of, I am here to help someone. I'm here to be the eyes. I'm here to be the ears. I'm here because my assessment skills are that good. God must have thought my assessment skills were that good. The beauty about being a nurse, and I want you to look at this. A nurse is the closest discipline that works with a physician. A physician is the one who really gears the treatment for the patient. Now, the reason why I titled this, If Not You, Then Who? Because there's a lot of people out there in the world who aren't compassionate, who aren't kind, who aren't sweet, who don't really care whether or not they do anything with their lives. They don't care whether or not how they come off to people. They don't really care. But nurses are usually those compassionate ones, not the ones that are burnt out. I mean, those who first start off nursing. They're compassionate, they care, they want to make a difference in the world. They love taking care of a family member one way or another. Somewhere in their life, they love taking care of their family members, or one of their family members were a nurse. They're like, okay, I want to get into it too. Or just being in healthcare field, and they're like, okay, I think I want to go in that. A lot of people get into it because they think, okay, I always have a job. You always have a job if you want to always have a job. But if you're tired and you're burnt out, you'll be ready to leave the profession in less than 4 years. And that's statistics. The suicide rate for healthcare professionals is going up because people are burnt out. People don't know what they're walking into. They try to do the same self-sustaining measures as they were when they were a nursing student. And then when they become a nurse, they're like, oh, this same tactic does not work. It just don't work. You can take a little 5 minutes out, but if you don't develop the mindset, you can take a vacation. Get your time off, come back, and you're like, you dread going to work. I remember, and I still do this now, when I come up off of a vacation or in between contracts and I take my, like my 2 weeks or 3 weeks off or whatever, when I'm ready and I'm excited to go back, I'm excited to just be around people and help and maybe see a patient that I knew that was going to be there for a long time. I'm excited because I'm refreshed and I know how to properly rest in between contracts and in between shifts. So if not you, then who? You must be a person that is strong mentally to be a nurse. If you're going to carry around someone else's mental load, you must also be a nurse who is strong mentally. I'm not saying you're not going to have your moments, but You really don't have room to be breaking down emotionally when a patient just got a diagnosis that they've got stage 4 cancer, or they've got to lose a limb, or they got to lose something. I'm not saying you can't empathize with them and sympathize with them and cry with them, but if they need you to be strong, you too don't need to be like sobbing to the point where it's like, okay, you need to get yourself together, but you're unable to get yourself together. They need another person to lean on. Don't be passive by any means, but they need another person to lean on. They need someone strong in that moment. So being a nurse is very, very, very critical when it comes to being strong and being mentally prepared. If you're someone that has anxiety, if your anxiety is not dealt with before you come into nursing, it's going to make it worse. If your depression is not handled before you come into nursing, it's going to make it worse. It's just going to amplify it. You've gotten way too much stress on you at that point. Way too much stress. So the attitude that you have to have and the mindset, you need to do something before you begin your nursing shift to get you going. Whether you're going to say some affirmations in the air. My favorite is meditating. I'm huge on meditating before I start any shift, praying, meditating, talking myself up, because I know there could be anything that happened in that moment, anything that happened during that shift, and I need to be ready for it all. And I know that sounds crazy, like how can you be ready when you don't really know? I know that in med-surg, there's the med pass, there's the assessment, then you can sit down for a little bit. Then you got medicine, looking at labs, doing all these things, going back and forth. But as soon as you get your flow, be a person that has their flow. If you're a person that loves organization, if you're a person that loves to get ahead of the game, that likes to plan their days out, you would be an excellent nurse. This is what we do repetitively. We plan, we implement, we go back over, we reestablish, we're going back and looking. It's constant doing that. So if you're someone that can do that, you're perfect for the job. Then you're ready. But don't forget to take care of yourself before you get on the shift. Before you see a patient, say something to yourself. And the reason why I say if not you, then who? You know that you're called to this profession. That's why you wouldn't be burning and itching like that. That's why this wouldn't pique your interest so much. If you're called to the profession, then you're called to the profession, and come and we welcome you. But you must learn to take care of yourself before you can touch any patient in order to be there for them in the long run. There always will be sick people, but we're running out of nurses because nurses are running out of themselves pretty much. They're too tired, they're fatigued, they hate their job. I don't want you to be someone that goes into nursing thinking, oh, I'm out of this bad boy in about 4 years. I'm gonna just do bedside for a little bit and then I'm gonna be out. I'm all for career advancements. Just do your thing, but enjoy your ride while you're there. Enjoy your ride while you're there, because you're gonna be the same nurse that has to precept someone else. And what comes out of your mouth is important to those baby nurses, those new grad nurses. They don't need someone to say, oh, if you're not someone that complains, don't start complaining. Please don't. It'll only make it worse. Deal with your complaining issues, your trust issues, your backbiting issues, your unwilling to submit issues. Deal with that all before nursing. I'm telling you right now, it will only make it worse. You've got so many people that you have to talk to, people that are over you. Like I said, your position is power, but you still have people over you. If you don't deal with those issues before, it's going to be a problem. You're going to wind up losing your job. And trust me, it is not easy to replace a nursing job quickly. They're there. Don't get me wrong. The nursing jobs are there, but it's not easy to replace them that quickly. And if you're a travel nurse and you mess around and get blackballed by a whole agency, it's not a good look. A whole hospital system can say, we don't want nothing to do with you, and they will take you out. I'm currently blocked by a health organization right now. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to work there, but they still have that influence. So be careful with your words. Be careful what you say. You are an advocate. Wait till you get to that ranking to start challenging some positions. I'm telling you this because I know, and this came back to bite me in the butt. Wait on it. If not you, then who? Be someone that loves to love on people. Be someone who, you see someone having brushed their teeth in days, and you want to be the one to make sure it gets done. If you're not moved by compassion, if you're not moved by someone's story, if you're not moved by someone's trauma, their breaking point, what they've been through, what they look like currently, and it doesn't make you want to just let me help you any kind of way that I can, nursing may not be for you. The who factor of if not you, then who, is that it could be anyone, but I'd rather it be you, because I know you want this. I know you love it. I know something is drawing you to this profession, and I want you to come in headstrong. I want you to last, and I want you to raise other nurses to be just like you. Brilliant, compassionate, loving, intelligent. You're book smart, but you also got the skills to do it. I am rooting for you. And I cannot wait to see you again for next episode on mentally preparing yourself for nursing. We're going to go more, like as this goes on and on, as we're talking about the nursing journey, we're going to get into more like hands-on things that you can do to prep for nursing. Again, leave comments, questions below. Again, if there's any topic that you want to talk about that you feel like I'm not hitting on, let me know. Let me know and we will get into it. Until next time, peace.